Al, tonight you had millions of Knicks fans in the dark. Couldn't even watch MSG out here in New York because of a ongoing battle between Optimum Cable and MSG Network. They're battling over carriage fees. Right now, Optimum, which was formerly Cablevision, which was formerly owned by James Dolan, which was founded by his father, Charles Dolan, who has recently passed away. So imagine that. Imagine that. Your father's company, who you came up through the ranks, now you're in a legal dispute with him. You no longer own it. And that's just incredible how business works. But anyway, they pay MSG $10 for every subscriber. They're haggling over the amount. And because of that, people turn on the TV and they get a blue screen of death, man. No Nick game for you, man.
That sucks too, man, because it goes, I know it comes down to, you can say, hey, this is like doing business, trying to get stuff, trying to make sure that everyone's getting paid. But at the end of the day, you're blacking out fans, which is who you're trying to support. I'm like, over what, man? Like I get that it comes down to $1, making sure, like I said, everyone gets paid. But the fact that people are blacked out, now you have to think about other alternatives to, watch a game. And this is where, when you start talking about why are ratings down, that, and the third, this goes to another issue, man. Like, this isn't the first time we're talking about a blackout. Connecticut got blacked out, right?
Yeah.
No Knicks game. I don't know if that's gotten settled.
You got Xfinity Comcast. Comcast. You have that, no MSG.
Yeah. So how are you watching Knicks games? For fans that are not in the tri-state area, like, what are you doing right now? And this is not like it's a small cable company. This is a big cable company, man. They service a lot of people, especially in the city.
1 million.
And so
impacted.
When you're thinking, hey, I can't go watch this game, what am I paying for? And these like crazy prices just to keep cable, to get internet. If you got a phone jack, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what are you paying for, and why are we doing this? And this is where people are now starting to cut cables. This is where you start, once again, going back to the ratings. And streaming, you can't even really rate like how many viewers you're getting, right? So if you're watching on YouTube TV, like I am, like that doesn't really go towards that counting.
That's right.
From what I've read. So, this is why people are cutting the cord. This is why people are looking for other alternatives. I see people talk about, I'm not going to
alternative sources. We don't provide those names.
We don't provide those names, but I can tell you, you can tap into KFTV and check out the play-by-play and check out CK, JD, who's ever doing it. Shout out to CK, he's been doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah,
and you can go get your fill there if you can't watch the game. But
correct,
this is what the issue is, man, when it comes to like ratings. And so the league has to do better too, because if you're gonna have cable companies be in disputes like this, then you can't have League Pass just blacking out areas if you want them to go to you and go be another like provider and to big up the league. This is all like just multiple layers of the issue of getting eyes on the product.
Yeah. Justin in the chat says he uses Fubo TV, and I think that's an alternative. You have the Gotham Sports app, you have the MSG streaming app, or for the free $99, you tap in with us, CK2K, on the play-by-play live, and it's a great experience. You watch along. We watch along as a family. So unfortunate, very unfortunate, but, there are some alternatives, and we'll see. This is kind of like a game of chicken here, because as one of the articles was saying, Optimum could threaten to drop MSG, and, some side will say, well, then they're going to lose customers, but they're paying $10 per customer anyway to MSG. So you got to kind of weigh that, the opportunity cost. And then counter to that, MSG, who's already in the red, could go bankrupt as a result. MSG Networks could go bankrupt as a result of if Optimum chooses to drop MSG from the coverage. Game of chicken here, man. So
it's a crazy game of chicken, man. And
the
other thing too is that with these streaming providers, they all don't offer MSG.
That's right.
YouTube TV does not offer MSG. Even if I were to use this, I'd have to go with probably Fubo, as someone in the chat mentioned, right? So This is just the complexity of trying to watch a Knicks game. And even when you think about the Gotham app, like I've tried to use the Gotham app because I can't use YouTube TV when I'm in New York visiting family. Right? I'd have to watch on the TV if it's available to me. But I try using the Gotham app, and that's not the easiest thing to use either. And I try to log in with, my mother's account. It doesn't work. And so like like there's no true legitimate alternative for streaming a Knicks game, and I can't fathom that this is only a Knicks problem, but a league problem as a whole. And so something they got to solve, like I already said, lift the blackout. All right, lift the blackout restrictions for a league pass. You're paying enough already for the product. Why can't I watch the game wherever I go? And especially if you're in legal, if teams are in legal disputes where I have to watch the game, how is that helping anybody? If anything, it causes more frustration, and then next thing you know, you start losing people who are interested in the sport, right? And the diehards will figure out a way, man. The diehards will figure out a way to watch it, whether it be legally or illegally, right? And that's the fear too, that you're going to start losing because you're getting all these contracts. You need that ad revenue. If you have people starting to go for an alternative streaming service, right? You're losing out on money.
Yeah.
So they got to get their act together, man. This is not only an MSG thing. This is a league thing.
True.
So they all got to figure it out.